Okay, this will be the last video that I will be doing related to putting your sites up online. I've gone in and I've actually created a two-page website. I have my default page, which has a title and a couple images and a link. I have my second page that has a little bit of information, and I have my style sheet, which has some of the different styles that I'm using. Okay, I have body color, H1, H3, colors for some of the different links that I'm using. So, and I've also added a couple images over here to the right, okay, in the image folder. And again, to bring those in, we just go add an existing image or add an existing item and browse out to your computer to find those particular files. All right. Now, once we do that, there are two things that we need to do, and I've gone ahead and I've started FileZilla, and the other pieces of information that we have are right here. In order to set up our FTP, in order to transfer data up to our website. So what you actually want to do with FileZilla is, if you have these two pieces of information right here, you want to come to File and go to Site Manager. And I've actually set this account up already. But what I would be doing is I would be copying things like my host, my FTP host would go up in the host area, okay. I would come in and I would take my login name and I would put that as the user and as the account. You also want to make sure when you set this up that you set it up as an account-based access, all right? Because what that'll do is that means it will look for your particular account. Some FTPs are set up to be non-account bearing or anonymous, but this does require that you have an account set up. So you basically, again, would put in your host, you would put in account, the name of the user, and then the account name again down here at the bottom, and then put in your password. So what I would do is I would then connect, okay, and it shows that I'm already connected. Now, on the left-hand side right here, you would browse down through your through your site until you came to your particular data files. And as an example, on mine is listed under First Project. So when I select First Project, you can see it shows images and all of my different files. So now that I have that, then I would actually connect. And if you look on the right, you will notice my website already has information up on it, because I've already transferred my files up to test them out to make sure they're working correctly. But to upload my data, I would simply select all the files, right-click, and do an upload. When you do an upload, it may prompt you if you want to overwrite information that's there. And again, you need to think about what it is that you're overwriting. In this case, I'm just going to either click that, or I can select to always use that action. If I do that, then it will overwrite all of the pieces of information that I am sending up to the server. So now at this point, you have your web files that you've created over here on the left on your local computer, and you now also have copies of them up on CIS. Now, one thing that I will mention to you that I found, found out, whenever you go to create your links, and I'm going to go back to my default page right here, and when I look at this particular link that is right here, you want to make sure that whenever you look at the properties, which are over here in this area, and you set up your link, that you put whatever your username is. So in other words, in order to get this to work, I ended up having to put ... which tells the server to look back on that same server, and that my information is located in the CIS 310 directory, and then the name of the file that I'm linking to. Okay, or you can actually put the complete web address if you wanted to use the link based at this particular web address. You could just put slash and then about.htm. That would also work. Okay, so that's one of the things that you want to be aware of. So if I were to take this particular address right here at the very top, my URL, and were then to go to another browser and were to paste that web address in, oops, wrong piece of information there. Let me go ahead and copy this correct information again. So again, if I were to select this, copy it, and then come up here and paste that in, it's going to take me to my website. So I hit enter, and again it's going to bring out these particular pieces of information. And then again, if I come down here and I click, it's going to take me to my other page. So that's basically what you need to do when you go to set up your website. And again, the basic process is you're going to go in, you're going to create your website with your pages, with the 3 or 4 pages that you need to create your style sheet, put your images that you're going to use, and then once you have your complete site developed, then you're going to come over and you will need to install FileZilla. Once you have FileZilla installed, you would go to Site Manager, create a new site, and put your information in. And then once you have that in, of course, you would connect. And then once you've connected, of course, you would upload your files. So that's the basic process that you're going to go through in order to upload this project to the internet. Okay, and what I will tell you is on most web servers you will have FTP access. Some of them can be built into the website where you go to a web page to FTP or upload the sites. Others will require software like FileZilla. There are many different projects that you can actually use, and even if you wanted to use a web browser, if you were to type in FTP and the web browser address, it would come up and it would ask you for a username and password. And when you do that, of course, it would then let you into the website. And again, you can simply drag the files from your computer into that particular folder to upload the files. So there's multiple ways of getting information up onto your website. But this is basically the way that I was going to show you to do that, and it's a way that I use with many different websites that I end up working with from time to time. Should you have any questions about any of this, please post your questions in the discussion area on CN Online, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have.